Have you ever heard of a king who was prophesied by name nearly 150 years before he was even born? It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, but it's a true story straight from the pages of the Bible. Today, we're diving into the incredible history of Cyrus the Great, the Persian king who changed the course of history for the Jewish people. The year is 586 BC. The glorious city of Jerusalem has fallen to the Babylonian Empire, and its people have been carried off into exile. For 70 long years, they lived as captives in a foreign land, their hopes of returning home dwindling with each passing day. It was a time of deep sorrow and uncertainty. But even in this darkness, a flicker of hope remained, thanks to a stunning prophecy. Almost 2 centuries earlier, the prophet Isaiah had written something astonishing. In Isaiah chapter 44 and 45, God speaks of a future ruler, calling him by name, Cyrus. God declared that he would raise up Cyrus to be his shepherd, a man who would fulfill his purposes. This pagan king, who didn't even know the God of Israel, was chosen to do something remarkable: rebuild Jerusalem and its temple. Imagine hearing that. Specific name, a specific mission, all foretold long before it happened. Fast forward to 539 BC. The mighty Babylonian Empire, once thought invincible, is now facing a new power rising in the east, the Medo-Persian Empire, led by none other than Cyrus the Great. In a swift and decisive move, Cyrus conquered Babylon, seemingly overnight. For the exiled Jews living there, this change of power must have been both terrifying and thrilling. What would this new king mean for them? They didn't have to wait long to find out. In the very first year of his reign, Cyrus issued a decree that would echo through eternity. You can read it for yourself in the books of Ezra and 2 Chronicles. Cyrus proclaimed that the God of heaven had given him all the kingdoms of the earth and had charged him with the task of rebuilding the temple in Jerusalem. This wasn't just a casual suggestion. It was an official royal edict. Cyrus declared that any Jewish person who wished to return to Judah could do so. He didn't just set them free, he actively supported their mission. He commanded his officials to provide the returning exiles with silver, gold, goods, and livestock, in an act of incredible justice and respect. Cyrus even returned the sacred temple articles that King Nebuchadnezzar had looted from Jerusalem decades earlier, over 5,000. Gold and silver items were handed back to be restored to their rightful place. This single act fulfilled Isaiah's prophecy to the letter. Cyrus, the Gentile king, became the instrument of God's plan, facilitating the end of the Babylonian exile and the beginning of a new chapter for Israel. The first wave of exiles, led by figures like Zerubbabel and Joshua the high priest, journeyed back to their ancestral homeland, filled with joy and a renewed sense of purpose. Their dream of returning home, which had seemed impossible for 70 years, was now a reality. The story of Cyrus is a powerful reminder that history is in bigger hands than our own. It shows how even world leaders and global events can play a part in a much larger divine plan. A king from a foreign land, guided by a prophecy he didn't fully understand, became a hero to a people who were not his own. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into incredible historical accounts. See you in the next video.